Welcome inside the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. I am joined this week via Zoom again from Josh Burgett. Josh, where are you in Michigan today?
Yeah, tonight I am in Tawas. I'm going to head to Oscoda here in a little bit. So I'm up in the beautiful northeast portion of Michigan, but I'm excited to come back to Jackson so we can do some great live football this Friday night. So excited to come back home.
Yeah, we can't wait. Tawas, of course, home to Jeff Janis, former Green Bay Packer. I don't know if they have a monument up there. You'll have time to see that. But the fall weather is definitely kicking in down here in Jackson, and we are ready for Week 6. But we're going to look at some Week 5 highlights when we come back from this quick break.
Smart homeowners know that proper maintenance of their home's AC can save a bundle in the long run. Trust our comfort specialists at 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning to keep your AC running strong. A proactive tune-up can actually help your AC run more efficiently and save you money on your electric bill. Call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. We won't leave you waiting. Sing it with me.
Always on time, or you don't pay in time. Always on time, or you don't pay in time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Your new ride is waiting for you at Avenue Auto. We've been giving Jackson great deals on pre-owned vehicles for 27 years. With 80 or more vehicles on the lot, each with a free warranty, we're your family-owned and operated choice in Jackson.
Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping has been proudly serving the southern Michigan area since 1986. With thoughtful design and quality craftsmanship, our experienced experts can bring any idea to life. Stop into our brand new location and garden center today. From a total redesign to just a few plants to spruce up your outdoor living space, we have everything you'll need. Need dirt, mulch, stone, or topsoil? It's all here and on site at Wilcox, and of course we can handle the delivery. We can also take care of your fertilizing and weed control, irrigation from repairs to new systems, and all of your landscaping needs. Wilcox Lawn and Landscaping, everything for your outdoors.
Lester Brothers has been performing driveway installations for over 30 years. Crushed asphalt is one of our most popular driveway gravels and an overall Lester Brothers favorite. When spread properly, it can last for many years. It's 100% recycled, environmentally friendly, quarter of the cost of hot asphalt, dust-free, and ready for immediate use after construction. Contact Lester Brothers today for a free timely estimate for your future crushed asphalt driveway or parking lot.
If you're looking for a high-quality, affordable alternative to the emergency room, then come to IEP Urgent Care's new location in Jackson. It's the same great ER physicians who have been providing care through our local hospitals since 2008, but now with a new location to serve you better. Our ER-trained providers believe high-quality care is for everyone, so we work with all insurances, including Medicaid and Medicare. Come see us on East Michigan Ave.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. Here's the Week 5 highlights.
Putnam on 3rd and 14 takes a snap, rolls left, pressure coming, he's got to get rid of it, and it's caught. He'll get the first down, and he'll break a tackle and get into the end zone. Touchdown Cardinals. 26-yard pass as Putnam gets out of pressure to get rid of it.
What a play. Putnam started to go left, but he's seen two Warrior defenders. He brought it back to the middle, found a receiver open. Very impressive.
The Singer will drop back, hand off to Stockton. Stockton
there he goes.
Getting some room, and there he goes. Andrew Stockton, see you later.
I told you,
68
David.
yards, touchdown.
I told you, that kid, if you give him any space, he's a threat to take it to the house.
Laid. Hands off to Stockton. Andrew Stockton's got some room. Andrew Stockton breaks free. Look at this. Andrew Stockton breaking away. 40. He's got one man to beat. Stockton, 96 yards. Grass Lake touchdown.
That's his third touchdown, 96 yards. The whole team is just shocked. You said 96 long yards to go. Stockton said, no problem. I gotcha.
Stockton
His third
to the
touchdown.
house.
Going to end zone here, looking for Oliver, and he's got the catch. You got to be kidding me.
What a great play. Good pitch by Ty Keeler, and a diving play near the corner of the end zone by Caden Oliver. Excellent work. Another Minuteman first down for the Western Panthers, and they are
Set up high formation power of their own. Power it is, and power it goes. Alex Trudell into the end zone for our first score of the game with 27 seconds.
carry this thing around that 45 minutes, just standing down on the track.
Here comes that pressure gun. Keeler fires downfield. Picked off! We're going the other way. Wow.
Excellent pick there by number 25, Carter Fairley. The defensive back stepped right in front of that Keeler pass.
Morrow, he'll go to the air again. Pressure there. This one is caught. I think they're going to say catch. They will right at the pitch to Hawes. Drives forward. Mountie touchdown. Wow.
Isaiah Hawes, Stafford Newsom going crazy on the sideline. What a great job by this Mountie offense. Fantastic work. That play was set up by the penalty and the Morrow to Rage pass that got them the minute.
This is Williams, big space, the 20, 10, speed, and a touchdown for the Western Panthers.
40-yard touchdown run there for Mitchell Williams. Spectacular run, great work by that left side of the offensive line for Western.
Trudell, he's got a hole, cuts upfield, the 50, turns on the Jets, the 20, the 10, touchdown Panthers.
81 yards,
Woo.
Alex Trudell with him, that 2-yard line.
And I don't even think they're going to try this last play, Josh. So at the end of this game, it's 27 for the Panthers and 7 for the Mounties.
And those are the highlights. The Western Northwest game, I think, was one that everyone wanted to be a little bit closer. It was close at halftime, Josh, and then Western kind of just showed their strength.
Yeah, I mean, you said it, 7-7 at halftime, and really a big turnover for Northwest at the end of the first half that led to that Isaiah Hawes score to get Northwest on the board. But really that second half was just a dominating performance by Western, and their defense was pretty dominant throughout the entire game, minus that last short drive that they had to make after the interception. But it just they were fast to the ball. They made it so tough on Northwest's offense, and it was just really tough for the Mounties to get anything going offensively. But you look at 3 really big plays for Western in that second half. It started off with Mitchell Williams broke that 40-yard touchdown run, and Ty Keeler found Gibson French for that 33-yard touchdown pass. But then Alex Trudell, that 81-yard touchdown run was really the nail in the coffin for the Mounties. But really big plays propelled Western in that ball game, and their defense was spectacular all night.
Yeah, you mentioned Trudell. He did finish the night with 2 rushing touchdowns. I don't hate the Mounties defense at all, but where do you see these two teams going as we enter Week 6? Both teams 3-2.
Yeah, Western, really good win for them. I think that's a great some momentum to go into the rest of the season. They've played the bulk of the competition in the I-8, so I think they got a chance to just make a nice run and get ready for the playoffs. That's what I look out for the Panthers. And let's just be honest with Northwest. This team has improved. They're playing with a new level of confidence. We saw the excitement from the crowd as well as the sidelines when Isaiah Hawes scored at the end of the first half. It was you could feel it, and it was just a different culture. There's a different feeling around the Northwest program. They're not a playoff team this year. They have a ways to go. They got to get better. But the fact that they're already sitting there with 3 wins, they have some winnable games left on their schedule. I don't think it's unthinkable that they could be above 500, and I think that's fantastic for a Northwest program that has really struggled over the past few years. So I love the momentum that they got. Stafford Newsom doing a fantastic job there for Northwest.
No doubt about it. Our other game, Grass Lake and Michigan Center. Grass Lake won by a touchdown. I was kind of curious to see how Grass Lake would do, of course, coming off the big week for Brandon Late, but it was a total team effort for them.
It really was. I mean, it was an impressive road win. So hard to go to Michigan Center and win. I felt it was, sloppy for both teams. You looked at a lot of turnovers, a lot of penalties. Both defenses gave up some really big plays, but Grass Lake did enough and was just found enough offense throughout that entire game. Some big plays that really propelled them. But you look at that. Andrew Stockton had a huge game for Grass Lake. You go back to Michigan Center. Kyron Lane had a huge game for Michigan Center on both sides of the ball. Adrian Putnam got over 200 yards throwing again for Michigan Center's offense. So Michigan Center's offense continues to really score some points. Take out that Tecumseh game week 1. They've really had a pretty good offense all year long. Defensively, they're just giving up too many points. And in this case, too many big plays. So both teams, as they go forward, need to clean this up if they have any chance of making the playoffs. It's going to be really hard for Michigan Center to do that now. Grass Lake still has a chance, but they really got to get it going and clean up some of their defensive work.
Yeah, one other game I want to touch on, Napoleon. They handled Hanover Horton just fine. We were wondering about that rivalry game, but Napoleon continues to look really, really good.
They are. I mean, they stay undefeated. They're going to have a big one here this week. But look at Bart Lorenz. What that young man keeps doing. 171 yards this week. He was spectacular, but he's been great every week. They have dominant offensive line. Bart Lorenz is doing a great job running behind him. And then they've been really good on defense as well. So they got all the makings right now for a Cascades Conference championship team. They just got to keep going as they go through the rest of the season.
And over in 8-man, I have to mention real quick, Concord hanging 70 on Vandercook. Concord is fun to watch in that 8-man. Josh, are we going to get a chance to see any 8-man, you and I, this year? Or are we just going to have to maybe watch it on the highlights?
Well, I'm a big fan of this Concord team. I've said that all season long. They are a unique team in 8-man. They have a lot of athleticism, and they're showing it when you see that type of point output. Now, Vandercook Lake really struggling. I think they're trying to figure out what to do with the rest of their season. It sounds like they're not canceling the year. They're looking to reschedule some opponents, but they have a lot of work to do there. But, this Concord team didn't run up the score from what I hear. I hear they were really backing it down early on. They just were so athletic, and it was really difficult for Vandercook Lake to deal with that. So I love this Concord team. I think they can make some noise in 8-man. And you look at what they have done over the past year, learning from last year's experience as a new 8-man team. I think it's made Max Clark a better coach. He's got a better idea of how to be successful in 8-man, and he's got the athletes to go with that scheme.
Yeah, and credit to Vandercook Lake. It is not easy to start a program like that, and you don't have all the athletes that you probably could have, so credit to all those kids that are a part of that program trying to make a difference. We're going to come back. We've got our game picks right after this break, and we'll see how we do this week.
Matt with Howe Equipment here, located in Lansing Avenue, and we've got Toro and Echo in the showroom. Come by and see what we got, whether you're in need and fall is coming up and you need a blower, or it's a trimmer or a saw for Echo. And then Toro, from the little push mowers to the big 60-inch commercial mowers, we've got it here at Howe Equipment. Come down and see us.
Bailey Excavating is proud to introduce our paving division. Locally done, on time, and on budget, we offer paving for municipal, industrial, commercial, and large residential customers. We can meet all your asphalt and paving needs from start to finish. For nearly 50 years and 3 generations, Bailey Excavating has been dedicated to providing the highest standards of quality and service to our customers. And in our paving division, we are dedicated to those same standards. To learn more about Bailey's Paving or to request a quote, please call 517-750-3030.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
These are Detroit sports legends Barry Sanders, Darren McCarty, and Kirk Gibson. And this is attorney Mark Bernstein. All of these men are successful in their field. All of these men know what it takes to win. All of these men are fighters, but only one of these men can get you money if you've been injured in an accident.
That's not me.
Not me.
That's the Bernstein advantage.
1-800-CALL-SAM.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is empowering, powering both your home and your business. Change is progress, with a modernized grid that can detect outages and restore power within seconds. Change is reliable. We're talking preventing over 35,000 outages last year reliable. And change is enduring, like our dedication to keep your power running, just as it should. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. Andy Hawley alongside Josh Brigette via Zoom. It's time now for our weekly game picks, and we don't have the tally yet. We're going to debut that later in the season, correct, Josh?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
It'll show what everybody knows.
Yeah, well, we don't know. We'll see what happens. Let's get started. Our first game: Hillsdale versus Columbia Central. You know, I thought Hillsdale was going to get to 500 this week, but something about Columbia holding Dundee to 3 field goals has me picking Columbia Central. So I'm picking Columbia Central this week.
Yeah, just what you just said. I'm impressed with the defensive performance from Columbia Central last week. I mean, the way they held Dundee was really great. They need to do that again, but I'm not sure they have the offensive firepower to keep up with Hillsdale. You know, even in their losses, they've showed offensive potential. So I'm going to take Hillsdale on the road in that game. I think they get it done. Let's go out to the I-8. Harper Creek comes to Western. Harper Creek has struggled this year, quite frankly, partner. You've seen it. Their only win is against Northwest. They've lost 2 straight games to Marshall and Hastings. We talked about it a second ago. I love the way this Western team is playing. I'd like to see them get more consistent on offense. They can't depend on the big play, but their defense is playing great, and I think they're going to make things difficult for Harper Creek. So I'll take the Panthers. You know, Harper Creek's a goofy team for me. It feels like the last few years, every few years they have this awful year, and you expect them to be no worse than like 5-4 every year. But again, they're down. I will take Western. Gobles versus Concord, Josh. Now, Gobles was originally called Goblesville. It was named after its founders, the Gobles family. So I'm going to take Concord. I mean, you can't break down a game better than that. So I'm going to look at Concord. Concord's got a better record. Their offense has been more consistent. I think they're giving up plus points on defense. You could probably argue Gobles has played a tougher schedule, but I continue to ride this Yellow Jacket train that we just talked about. Their athleticism is tough to deal with in 8-man. I'm going to take the Jackets to move to 5-1 on the year. I like the way that Max Clark's Jackets are playing, so I'll take them. Napoleon, Grass Lake. We talked a lot about Napoleon earlier on and just how this team has been playing. They're playing great, and they're controlling the line of scrimmage. And I think if Grass Lake has any chance in this game, they have to win the battle of the line of scrimmage. And they got to contain Bart Lorenz, like we talked about. I just don't see that happening. Napoleon's running game and their stout defense is just going to be too much for Grass Lake. I think Napoleon goes on the road to Grass Lake and gets the win. Napoleon, of course, won on their homecoming. I like them to spoil Grass Lake's homecoming, which does not happen often. I like Napoleon to get the win there. East Jackson versus Hanover Horton. I like the comments in this, but what's surprising me is East Jackson, they are in games. They're putting up points on the board against teams that you would normally think that they would not be able to score against. So I like the comments, but I like a high-scoring game. You're exactly right. East Jackson's figured out their offense. They've scored 36 and 22 versus Manchester and Addison, respectively, the past 2 weeks. But they've struggled defensively. They're giving up 40 or more points in 4 games this year. EJ is going to score. I just don't think they can keep pace with the comments. Hanover Horton's going to get it done. I like them to get the win. Michigan Center travels out to Manchester. This is going to be a great game. Michigan Center is going to Manchester for their homecoming. They've played nearly everyone tough. We talked about it earlier. You got to throw out that Tecumseh game, but 3 of their 4 losses are by 1 score or less. Manchester's going to provide a balanced offensive attack. Center's got to find a way to keep up with the Dutch, and they got to try to keep them off the scoreboard if they're going to have a chance in this. I think the Cardinals can keep it close, but a couple big plays like we saw Grass Lake do this week, I think is going to be the difference, and Manchester earns that homecoming win. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for Michigan Center to get this win. Big plays, turnovers could play a role. Something special is going on out in Manchester. The team has found a pretty good bond, and they believe in each other. So I like Manchester in this game. Springport versus Quincy.
Quincy is they're a town that we went to a few years ago. This time of year, it's beautiful. I love them. I love their setting for high school football. It's so cool. I'll take them in this week's game against Springport.
Yeah, I mean, both teams really struggling, partner. 0-5. Each of them, neither one of them can find an offense. I'm just going to look at the fact that I think Quincy's at home. You're right. It is a beautiful place to play a football game. And they've showed a stronger defense, not a great one, but they've showed a stronger defense throughout the season. So I'm going to take Quincy in this ball game. Another, what I think is going to be a fantastic football game. Union City comes to Addison for a crossover. But this is going to be a fantastic football game. You're getting Addison, which just has a great offense. They're averaging 40 points a game. They're facing Union City's defense, which has only given up 11 points a game. Addison has scored 40 or more in 3 straight games. Union City has not given up more than 20 points all season long. Something's got to give. I don't think Addison's going to get to 40, but I do think they got enough. And I think it's going to be a huge win for Addison in the Cascades Big 8 crossover.
Yeah, I like Addison to get on the board early, maybe stun Union City a little bit early on that game, but I'll take Addison, and I'm excited to go there in a few weeks when Napoleon is in town. Northwest versus Lumen Christi. I think last week kind of told us what was going to happen this week. I think Lumen Christi's finding their stride, digging themselves out of that, of course, 0-3 hole. And Northwest, it's still a rivalry game. It's a game you want to win. It should be a great crowd, but I think Lumen Christi is just too much at this point.
I 100% agree with you. The 2 straight wins for the Titans, an impressive one last week against Coldwater. They held them scoreless. I think it's 41-0. Really impressive win for Lumen. I think their defense is just going to be too much for the Mounties. The Mounties have proven that they just kind of struggle offensively to get anything going. We saw that last week against Western, and I think it'll be tough for them against Lumen Christi. So I look for Lumen Christi at home to get a victory here. And our last game, our game of the week here on JTV, you can see it live on Friday night. Tecumseh comes to Jackson. Partner, Tecumseh's 5-0. This game has been circled for a long time by both teams. You got to look back the last 4 seasons. Jackson's won this ball game, but we knew this would be the best year for Tecumseh. Tecumseh needs this game if they're going to have any chance of winning the SEC. Their defense has been really good all year long. They're going to make things challenging for Jackson. The Vikings, they got to deal with an offense that's averaging nearly 50 points a game. Tecumseh's been great offensively all season long, and Jackson's got to find a way to prevent the big plays. But I like the fact that their offense has been consistent throughout the game. Their defense is going to be tough enough to get stops. I love the way that they played against Pinckney last week. That win on the road at a game that I thought was a bit of a trap game for them. They went out and just dominated the game. I love that. I think it's going to be a fantastic football game that we have on JTV, but I think the Vikings ruined the undefeated season for Tecumseh. Go Jackson.
You just got me very excited to watch that game, Josh. And for me, it's can Tecumseh stop the rushing attack of Jackson? I know their defense has been good all year. Jackson's rushing game is getting stronger. We weren't sure how they would do, obviously, last week. They proved they can still run the ball. I will take Jackson 100% of the time because I would never pick against Antonio Parker. So good luck to the Vikings, and should be a fun one. That's, again, going to be on 6:45 live on JTV, thanks to Avenue Auto Friday night. We'll be right back. We've got the Willis and Macknick Player of the Week and this weekend's broadcast schedule after this.
Over time, we've seen more and more people frustrated with their dental benefits. They thought that because they had dental insurance, they'd be well taken care of. Well, that's exactly what the insurance companies want you to believe. They figured out a way to collect your premiums while continuing to limit your choice of doctor and your choice of treatment. There's not one company better than the others. They've created an environment where dentists diagnose treatment or recommend care based upon your insurance dollars available. That's not the way people should be treated, and we think there's a better way. We put the interest of you and your family first. We take the time with you to figure out how to get the care you need, whether it's with your insurance or not.
We are Dentistry by Design, and our mission is to make excellent dental care a joy. Please call, visit the website, or drop by the office. We'd love to answer any questions you may have. And be sure to ask about our exclusive membership program to help you save on the cost of your dental care.
For at least a dozen years I've been at MVP Sports and using them. Ray and Kelly do a great job of getting me the things I need. Shirts, hats, uniforms for basketball teams, shirts for the golf teams.
We've been using MVP Sports for close to 10 years now.
The biggest reason that we come back to MVP Sports is because every time that I walk in the door, they treat me like I'm a first-time customer. I would recommend MVP Sports to other businesses as well as anybody in this community.
For over 35 years, Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street in downtown Jackson.
An OmniSource! This red hat means I'm the go-to guy for all your questions about selling scrap metal. So your next haul will be more worthwhile than your last. We're here to help, even if you don't know your brass from your elbow. Get frank advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you.
The Chase is the hottest spot in Jackson. They're sure to have something for everyone. Large open dining spaces are available that are perfect for any team gathering, offering delicious handcrafted pizza, available in hand-tossed or thin crust, flavorful wings blasted with your favorite sauce, and Angus burgers that'll make any fan's mouth water. The Chase, the perfect place to spend the big game.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Welcome back to the Aspen 1 Hour Football Show. It's the time of the show where we pick our Willison Macnick Player of the Week. Josh, who do you have for us?
We're going to go out to Norval Road in Grass Lake, and our Willison Macnick Player of the Week is Andrew Stockton from the Grass Lake Warriors. The senior running back had a monster game in the 36-29 win over rival Michigan Center. Stockton led Grass Lake with 21 carries for 246 yards and 2 touchdowns. His second touchdown came on a 96-yard run where he had to break a couple tackles and use his speed to pull away from the Cardinal defenders. That score proved to be the game winner. Stockton also added 5 tackles on defense. Congrats to the Warriors on the victory versus Michigan Center, and to Andrew Stockton, this week's Willison Macnick Player of the Week.
This weekend on JTV, we will have Tecumseh at Jackson live coverage at 6:45 p.m. with the game kicking off at 7 p.m. And then our other game this weekend will be Lumen Christi at Northwest. And of course, we'll have highlights, coverage, stories of all the games on jtv.tv. Can't believe next week is October, Josh. Have you had a chance to go to a Halloween USA yet?
I have not, but we got the kids taken care of. We got some great costumes for the kids, and we'll figure out what I'm going to be. I'm hoping to turn into a broadcaster that gets to call us great football games, because that's what I think we got this week on JTV.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. We hope you'll join us live from Withington Stadium. Thanks to Avenue Auto for that kickoff. And again, it's going to be at 7 o'clock. Thanks to Aspen 1 Hour and all of our sponsors. Josh, thanks, and have a safe drive back to Jackson. We look forward to seeing you on Friday night.
Thanks, partner. And one shout out to our friends over at Leslie. Huge win this week against Stockbridge in the rivalry game there, a 7-6 win. So congrats to the first win for Leslie.
That's all for today. We'll see you next week.